Welcome to this explainer on AI ROI. Look, if you're a finance leader, a department head, or an executive who is constantly being asked to justify artificial intelligence expenditures with real numbers rather than vague promises, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into how to build strict, no-nonsense financial accountability right into your technology adoption. So there's this saying, ask 10 companies what their AI ROI is, and 9 of them will give you a vibe, not a number. And honestly, if you've sat in a budget meeting lately, you know exactly how true this is. You hear things like, well, the team feels more productive, or we're definitely moving faster, or it's for sure saving us time. But here's the thing, vibes absolutely do not survive our rigorous budget review. When your CFO asks for the return on a major tech investment, they don't want feelings, they need hard data. Our goal today is to help you transform those fuzzy feelings into concrete, justifiable numbers. Now, you might be wondering, why is AI ROI so incredibly hard to calculate? Well, it's not actually the technology's fault. It's human error in the deployment process. See, most companies completely fail to establish a baseline before they deploy the tool. Think about it like this. If your before state is totally unknown, then your after state is literally unprovable. You simply cannot mathematically prove that a process got faster or a product got cheaper to produce if you never even bother to measure where you started. It's just a logical impossibility. All right, so how do we fix this? Let's get into Section, the 4-step framework for calculating real financial return. We're looking at 4 sequential rules for measuring AI ROI. Measure before deploying, separate hard and soft ROI, calculate the honest total cost, and finally, set strict time horizons for payback. Let's break down Step 1. Step 1, you have got to measure before you deploy, not after. I cannot stress this enough. This is the absolute bedrock of your entire business case. While your team is still doing things the old school way, you need to be capturing your key metrics. You need to know the time per task, the cost per output, your current error rate, your baseline customer satisfaction. Honestly, whatever specific metric actually matters for the process you're trying to improve, write it down right now. If you're deploying an AI tool to help out your customer service team, you need to know exactly how many minutes it takes to resolve a ticket today before the AI even gets turned on. Okay, moving to Step 2. This one requires some extreme discipline. You have to strictly separate your hard ROI from your soft ROI. Hard ROI is direct and measurable. We're talking fewer support hours, a lower cost per ticket, faster turnaround times on those monthly reports. Soft ROI, on the other hand, is indirect. That's your better team morale, faster employee onboarding, generally improved decision quality. Now, don't get me wrong, both matter immensely to the health of your organization. But listen closely here. Only hard ROI belongs in a budget justification. Soft ROI, that belongs in a culture conversation. Never mix the two when you're actually asking for funding. Step 3 is calculating costs honestly. And guys, this is where most companies totally get their math wrong. The licensing fees, that monthly software subscription, that's usually the easiest part to calculate. But it might only represent like 15% of your actual cost. The real heavy burdens on your balance sheet are integration time and the time it takes retraining your staff to actually use the tools effectively. But you know what the biggest financial drain is? It's what we call the hidden monster. It's the ongoing cost of checking AI output for errors. So many companies completely forget to factor this in, and it just quietly eats away at your projected savings. Let me put that into perspective. If an AI writes a report in 10 seconds, amazing, right? But if a senior executive has to spend an hour fact-checking that report because the AI hallucinates, well, you haven't actually saved any money. You've just shifted the labor to a way more expensive resource. You absolutely must account for that human-in-the-loop verification time in your total cost model. Step 4 is all about setting strict payback time horizons based on how complex the tool is. You cannot give these projects an infinite runway. For simple, off-the-shelf tools, you should expect to see measurable movement within 90 days. For those massive, complex deployments that require a total workflow redesign, give it 12 months. But whatever you do, draw a line in the sand. If a tool hasn't shown measurable, hard ROI movement by that deadline, it might not be a total strategy failure just yet, but it absolutely demands a hard look and a very serious conversation about whether it's time to pull the plug. Which brings us to our next section, the action plan, 90 days to accountability. So here's a highly concrete timeline that you can literally start using today to bring some real order to your AI adoption. First, pick just one process. On day 0, measure its current cost and time to establish your baseline. Then, deploy your AI solution. After that, you rigorously remeasure on day 30, day 60, and finally, do a comprehensive remeasurement on day 90. Setting up this exact cadence forces your team to actually pay attention to the metrics, rather than just playing around with shiny new technology. Now, I want you to think about this. If you follow this 90-day framework to the letter, and you reach the end and you still cannot show a solid, defensible number to your CFO, well, you don't actually have an AI ROI problem. You have a measurement problem. You're likely measuring the wrong things, or you're just measuring them poorly. And honestly, that's good news, because a measurement problem is actually a whole lot easier to fix than a completely failed technology strategy. And that closes out the foundations phase of our explainer today. But I want to leave you with one final provocative question. If you fix your internal measurement problems today, how is that going to change your strategic outlook tomorrow? Next time, we're going to turn our focus outward to see how AI impacts Porter's 5 forces in your industry. Remember, fix the measurement first, and the ROI will make itself abundantly clear. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.